Roblox games based on horrifying events. There's a lot of games made on Roblox based on some of the most horrific moments in human history. Moments such as getting stuck in caves, plane crashes, and even the helicopter that Kobe Bryant rode in can all be found within Roblox, and I'm going to take a look at these games and then see how accurate they really are. Alright, so this game barely has any visits, but it's honestly a really good game. It's called Cavers Caving Cave, a game about the claustrophobia of caving. If I'm gonna be honest, who would want to do this IRL? I agree, caving is one of the most horrific hobbies anyone could be interested in. Yet, so we start in a cave here, and it's all fine for now until we had to actually start crawling here to get through some of the tight spaces. Oh no, I hate this. Dude, look how tight some of these spaces can actually get. Yeah, so caving is actually a real hobby that people actually partake, and many people have actually gotten stuck in some of these caves. Yeah, so here's a prime example of why caving is so extremely dangerous.
This man was stuck in a cave for 28 hours, always in an upside-down position.
Okay, let's see what happened.
The rescuers were shocked when they arrived at the scene. He positioned his body in a straight line and slowly squeezed in, with his head almost directly downwards. Seeing that the path ahead was getting narrower, he didn't turn back. Instead, he exhaled, tightened his abdomen, and moved forward a few centimeters, then got completely stuck. His brother behind him noticed John's unusual behavior and first tried to pull John out by his feet, but it was no use.
Oh, no.
The brother immediately went back to the surface to seek help. The rescue team quickly arrived, but the rescue was extremely difficult, as it was already midnight and pitch dark.
And unfortunately, that didn't work, I guess. So yeah, that was the Nutty Putty Cave. He was trapped inside the cave upside down between 27 to 28 hours. He found himself at a dead end with nowhere to go. He entered head first and became wedged upside down. Dude, that's horrifying. I hate the whole idea of caving in general. Yeah, rescuers concluded that it would be too dangerous to attempt to retrieve his body. The landowner and the family came to an agreement that the cave would be permanently closed, with the body sealed inside as a memorial to Jones. Explosives were used to collapse the ceiling close to Jones' body, and the entrance hole was filled with concrete to prevent further access. Let's see, how many caving deaths are there per year? About 10 cave divers a year die on average. Dude, honestly, that's a pretty high number for such a dangerous sport. Alright, but the next tragedy is one that happened literally 3 months ago, and that's the Japan Airlines Flight 516. Let's go ahead and see what happened. Oh, what the heck? Oh, everything's just on fire. Wait, hold on. Alright, let's see what's happening here. So there's a small plane underneath with a giant one on top that crashed onto it. Is that what happened? Oh yeah, that plane is really burning up. Okay. Yeah, so did the Japan Airlines just not see the smaller plane? Is that what happened? Here, there's another game about it. Let's check it out. All right, what's happening here? Oh, it's starting to smoke. Oh yeah, we could actually get a clear picture of this. All right, yeah, I imagine this plane didn't see the smaller one and I guess just crashed into it. Here, let's take a look at the simulation. All right, so here we have the Japan Airlines plane. It seems totally fine. They're about to arrive to their destination. The Dash 8 seems to blend in among the hundreds of runway lights. So is the Dash 8 the other plane? I imagine that's what's happening here. Focused on landing, the pilots of the A350 are unaware of the imminent danger. Yeah, so it's completely dark, so they're not able to see it. The controllers, busy with other traffic, also failed to notice the grave mistake. So they weren't able to give a warning. Is that what happened? All right, here we go. It's about to land.
100.
The pilots still haven't spotted the aircraft on the runway and continue with the landing. Okay.
40. 30.
Uh-oh.
Retard.
Okay, so it just landed, and oh yeah, there's the plane. Oh no. Oh, here comes the crash. Oof. Did it just go through it? Is it still going? Oh no. Yeah, so the Roblox game is pretty accurate with the plane actually catching on fire as well. So this happened on January 2nd in 2024 when the Japan Airlines plane collided with the Coast Guard plane on the runway and both aircrafts caught on fire. 5 of the 6 crew on board the Dash 8 died in the collision, with only the captain surviving. Aw, dude, that's so sad. Everyone on board the A350 survived. Man, with that huge fire, that's actually really impressive. Okay. Yeah, so in total there was 380 survivors. Dude, that's amazing actually. Yeah, and here's an image of the actual wreckage here. So it's reported that the air traffic controllers were unaware that the Coast Guard aircraft had entered the runway without clearance. Air traffic controllers later told officials that they had not noticed the Coast Guard plane moving onto the runway, adding that they were preoccupied with assisting other aircraft. I think they need to hire more people then if these incidents are happening in 2024. Yeah, and what's crazy is you could actually see the tragic events on YouTube. I'm just gonna blur it on my video, but you could actually find it for yourself if you want to. Alright, but another sad tragedy is one that I'm sure all of you know, the Kobe Bryant helicopter crash. Because yes, that's actually found found on Roblox. There's a lot of games dedicating a memorial and appreciation to Kobe Bryant, and some of these games actually have like the helicopter crash within it, which I feel like it's a bit insensitive, but let's take a look here. Yeah, so here we have Kobe Bryant, and there's like a whole memorial service, and right next to it is the helicopter crash here. See, why do they have to include this right next to like his funeral here? It's a little bit insensitive. And we're gonna take a look at the helicopter animation in a little bit, but let's see. Rip Kobe Bryant, the basketball player. Death cause helicopter crash. Yeah, unfortunately, both him and his 13-year-old daughter were inside the helicopter when it crashed. Yeah, so this game even has like the waterfall where the helicopter crashed nearby, and here's the crash itself, as well as the gravestones dedicated to Kobe Bryant. Here lies Kobe Bryant, and the incident occurred in January 26, 2020. We will never forget about you, Kobe Bryant. Yes, Biscuit, let's give our roses to him. But yeah, let's take a look at the animation here. Oh wow, this is really detailed, huh? Okay. During the flight, the pilot saw that there was poor visibility ahead, but chose not to abort. Oh, it was foggy, huh? Because of the thickness of the fog, the pilot started losing his sense of orientation. Oh no. Without a visual, the control of the helicopter was lost, and it quickly became apparent they were in trouble. Dude, that's scary. At around 9:45 a.m., the helicopter made impact with the ground, and all lives on board were lost. Okay, yeah, so that Roblox game was pretty accurate to where the crash kind of happened. So I'm not sure how accurate that simulation is. There was actually 9 people aboard the helicopter, and yes, sadly, all were lost in the crash. So here's some of the audio radio transmissions.
2 Echo X-ray, you're still too low level for flight following at this time.
They were actually trying to warn the pilot that he was too low, but I guess at some point contact was lost. Here's a security image of the helicopter just before the crash flying in the clouds. Yeah, and here's a more high quality animation of the crash. So I believe this is supposed to be like a 20-30 minute ride, but again, due to the fog and the weather, the pilot lost orientation and therefore fatally crashed. Dude, they're riding sideways? That's so scary. Alright, but this next tragedy is probably the best plane crash simulator on Roblox, and I played it before. This plane crash is based off of the TWA Flight 800, and it's called Aerophobia, the fear of flying. Oh boy, it's right up my alley. I hate this game. Yeah, so you start off like normal in a plane, everything's totally fine, but that's when things start to go bad. Oh, what's happening? Are we experiencing turbulence? Oh no, I'm scared. Are we okay? Oh jeez. Oh, this is loud. No, the place is falling apart. Oh no, I hate this. I hate this so much. Dude, look, it's like ripping off. Oh! Yeah. Oh, I hate this. Let's look at the animation. Alright, so the plane takes off like normal. Oh, and it just combusts. Okay. So similar to the Roblox game. Oh, and the head of the plane falls down? No. It goes upside down as well? Dude, I can't even imagine being in this plane. The fear that everybody must have had in those last moments. What makes it even worse was that the rescuers found most of the bodies. Some looked like they had just fallen asleep in the water. Others were completely deformed from the flames. Wow, one spark caused one of the most atrocious, most horrific plane crashes in history. So in total, there was 230 occupants with 0 survivors. And so this incident happened in 1996 and is known as the 3rd deadliest aviation accident in US history. So it says here that the probable cause of the accident was the explosion of flammable fuel vapors into center fuel tank. Although it could not be determined with certainty, the likely ignition source was a short circuit. Really? That's all it was? The captain remarked about crazy readings from the system about 2 minutes and 30 seconds before the aircraft exploded. Oh no, that's horrifying. As a result of the investigation, new requirements were developed for aircraft to prevent future fuel tank explosions. Yeah, they better. But yeah, if you guys like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.